I am Artemis Teagan, and I am the owner and director of the Artemis Center for Family Therapy. I am happy to have two of my colleagues here today, Robin Kim and Veronica Davies. So I'd like to give a specific example of a mindfulness technique that I like to use with couples. And this is typically with couples who are really in high conflict, maybe potentially even on the verge of divorce. And I'm trying to utilize an intervention to help get them into the present. So what I might do is ask them if they'd be willing to do a holding exercise. And usually they have no idea what that means, and so I get them to agree to it without really telling them what it means. And what I do is I'll have whichever partner is feeling most bereft, most upset, most inconsolable, I will have that partner be the one who is going to be held by the other partner. And so I'll adjust the one partner so that they can actually allow that partner to sort of lay down in their arms and be held in a supported position so that they're not leaning but completely held, almost like a parent holding a child. And I make sure that their arms are completely wrapped around them so that they feel completely contained. And then what I actually do is I tell them, I don't want you to say anything to each other, okay? I want you to look into each other's eyes and not say anything. And I'm going to leave the room for maybe 5 minutes. And I want you to not say anything to each other, okay? I leave and give them an opportunity to just learn to be present with each other with some kind of conflict, some kind of upset. Now what typically happens is that I give them the 5 minutes, I come back in the room, and the types of reactions that I'll see is they're either both crying, right, which is lovely, and not really able to speak, which is lovely, okay? Or there'll be a tremendous amount of tension and discomfort that comes up, which then becomes grist for the mill to say, what is the thing living between the two of you that prevents you from being able to be together? Let's talk about what came up. What is the fear, or what is the anger or resentment? And let's see if we can process that, right? But just doing that holding exercise where they're in contact with each other, they're feeling, they're smelling, they're, who knows, maybe kissing, tasting, touching, that piece helps bring them right into the present. And it's a really expedited way to figure out what's going on right now. So lots of fabulous outcomes from that particular exercise. And usually people come back and want to do it again. And if I don't bring it up, they're like, how come I didn't get to be held? Yeah. I want my turn now. Now, as you two are thinking about it, do you have other examples of techniques or exercises that you've used with children and families that have been useful?
I think one of the exercises that I've done with either one child or siblings or even parent and child is something that actually you gave me the idea for. It's using bubbles, like just a regular, magic bubbles.
Blow bubbles.
And sort of thinking about what are the negative thoughts that you're having, or even the positive thoughts, or maybe you're just blank and you're not thinking about anything, but to whatever that thought is, blow it into the bubble and watch it float away.
Right.
And notice how that makes you feel physically, how it makes you feel emotionally, and what are the other thoughts that you might be having about it, and just paying attention to that experience. Drawing mindfulness to even how the soap feels as it drips down your arm,
right,
and laughing together. How is it laughing with your sister, and just getting them to notice little things. It really brings down the tension, and it's a form of play, so that really engages them.
I actually also have them blow up balloons and let them just you know what they do. So we might write on the balloon before we blow it up the things that are worrying them, the things that can't let go of, and we blow it up. And it depends on the person, but a lot of them like to keep re-blowing it and letting it do its thing. And some of them like to pop it
Right. Which is an example of diffusion,
Right.
diffusing from your thoughts.
Exactly.
But they're just not that important.
No,
they're
they're
just
not.
that.
They're just thoughts.
Not that heavy.
I had a thought about a family who I'm currently seeing, and they've gone through a really hard time with an illness in the family. And because of the illness of the mother, the father is on heightened state of arousal all the time, having to fix everything. And he's literally not able to fix this one situation. So he's constantly, he's spinning all the time. So I had the whole family in one day. This was, I think, around Easter. And I bought Easter M&Ms. And we all sucked them just to calm Dad down.
Oh.
Was my initial thought.
Yeah, because candy's going to be really...
Well, I wanted him to shut up for a minute. So I thought, let's do a mindfulness thing. So
Put something in his mouth.
let's give you all the pastel-colored M&Ms, but it's a good true story. So as they were sucking the M&Ms, I was asking them, what does it feel like? It feels like a cat's tongue, like one of them said. You know how the... and it just quieted everybody down, and they were actually concentrating on the feel, feeling the actual M&M, the feel in the mouth, how it felt going down, melting. And for the first time, everybody was right there.
Present.
Right there, present. They weren't thinking,
Right.
what's going to happen in the
Pulled them right
future?
in. Yeah.
What happens tomorrow?
Yeah.
It just brought everybody back to present, back to center. And we were able to get some really good work done.
This is one of the reasons why using the dogs in the practice, the 4 Yorkshire Terriers, is so powerful, particularly with children that are really severely depressed. I don't think there's anything more impactful than a little kid walking in who's had, major depression or dysthymic disorder for years, and see them light up and be able to be present because there's this beautiful, happy, bouncing, cheerful little animal, right? And that becomes a mindfulness intervention because it brings them right into the present and right into their joy and their happiness, and it's tactile, and the dog's kissing them, and they're holding them, and they're feeling loved. And that is another component of what we're trying to help them to see. Like, if you could be here instead of here or back there or somewhere else, this is what it might feel like to check into the present moment with this beautiful animal, right? And you can kiss and hug and hold.
Right. It's perfect.
Yeah.